Good morning. So we're gonna hike 6 to 8 miles. I don't know how much exactly down the Phobes Trail, and then hitch into Idlewild. It'll be skipping about 12 miles of trail, but it should be more gradual. Honestly, my foot still really hurts this morning, so it's gonna be a struggle to take the 6 to 8 miles down. But then we have a scheduled 0 anyways. And then I might need to take a few more rest days depending on how quickly this heals or doesn't heal. But the plan is definitely to keep hiking. I might need to consider skipping some of the steeper miles because clearly my foot has shown that I can do the regular miles, but when it's really, really steep for just an average person, it's too much strain. So we'll see what happens. Where the PCT goes, and this is where we're gonna go to get an easier exit. We are the 2 wounded foot soldiers.
Thank you so much.
Smile!
Alright, so I'm in Idlewild now. I just had the most amazing trail magic experience because we were supposed to walk 8 miles or so to get to the highway to then hopefully hitch into town. And once we made it down the trail just 2 miles, there was an ultra runner there who was going to start his 20-30 mile run. And so we just talked to him and he's like, "Oh, do you want a banana?" And we're like, "Yes." So that was already trail magic right there. But then he was like, "Oh, why are you coming out here? This isn't the normal PCT route." And we're like, "Oh yeah, my foot's hurt." And then he offered to drive us 6 miles down this really bumpy dirt road, so it took forever, and then all the way into Idlewild. It was so amazing. It truly, it almost made me tear up. It was so amazing. And truly trail angel, an angel sent from God. It was so amazing that because my foot really isn't feeling so good. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not walk a lot of miles on it good. I need to rest it for a little bit. So the fact that I only had to walk 2 miles today instead of 8 miles is a huge deal. Now it's a Nero and a 0 instead of just walking in and a 0. So now we're in Idlewild super early, so we're just hanging out. We already ate breakfast, and we're chilling until we can get into our hotel room and take a shower. And I'm definitely going to take tomorrow off. That's already a planned 0 with my friends anyways, and then I'll just have to play it by ear. I might have to take an extra 0 or 2 after that, depending on how long it takes. Basically, I think you always get micro tears, and I think I tore a portion of it, and it just depends how fast that's going to heal. It might just take a day or 2, or it might take a week. I don't really know, so I'll have to just play it by ear based on how it feels. And I don't know for sure yet, but I am considering skipping 40 miles or so, because this next section is also super, super steep. And I think it's not the elevation change that's the problem, it's the steep. When I have to put my foot really tilted, that's when it's really stressing my tendons really bad. And that's the kind of trail that I want to avoid. And it's actually not that normal on the PCT. Usually the PCT is pretty graded. So I want to try to avoid the steep areas if I can. So I'm considering if I can skip 40 miles and come back on. I think it's Kazabon or Kabazon or something like that. There's a town nearby. And skip those miles. And then obviously I'm not just skipping them. I'm in California, so I can do them in October afterwards. So just playing it by ear. But for now, I'm in Idlewild. And it's amazing here. It's super cute.
First a thru hiker, now a yoga instructor. Good morning. It is the day of my 0. My foot's actually feeling okay, so I'm somewhat hopeful that maybe I can hike out tomorrow after all, was the original plan. I have a lot of chores to do today. I also figured out that the section that I was going to skip is not reasonable because the highway is closed to get there. It's an hour and a half all the way around. So I'm definitely not going to do that. So the choices are either take a few more 0s and then keep hiking at Idlewild, or hike out of Idlewild tomorrow. But either way, I'm going to hike out of Idlewild. So I'll just have to take it maybe slower and do low mile days, but we'll see. It is raining in Idlewild right now, and I am so happy that I'm not up in the mountains right now, because it's currently a high of 40 down here at like 5,500 elevation. I feel almost positive that it is snowing at 8,000 feet, and I'm not there. This is my food situation right now. It's too much. I'll have to put some away in a hiker box. But it's like 7 days to Big Bear, and I don't want to take 7 days of food. There's a cabazon that you can go to, but I don't know how good the resupply is. So I think my strategy is to take about 5 days of meals, 2 days of snacks, - 3 days of snacks. I always have too many snacks. And then try to do a very tiny resupply in cabazon. I'm doing complete cookies for breakfast this time. Tortillas as always, but then also one meal of these, because that seemed good, and it's really high calories, like 400 calories for all of that. And then I love the north sides, and I have some like ramen for dinner, and then I'm doing these bars this time around, because it's way cheaper to get a box full. But yeah, I have too much food, and I'm going to need to get rid of some of it. Okay, here's my food. 5 days. It's a lot. But I don't have to carry very much water for this next section, so it'll be okay. It'll be lighter than the big water carries. I'm not having problems with packing too much food that I'm not eating. I think my food is just bulky, but this is what I want to eat. So I'm eating it. I've been doing a lot of walking around town today, doing chores, and I have no KT tape on, and I've taken no ibuprofen, and it's feeling pain-free. So I've made the decision, hiking tomorrow, not taking any extra days after all. I guess I just freaked out when it really hurt, but that was the first time that it like really hurt. But very optimal timed 0 and Nero, so